What's up everyone, Gamemaster 468 here, and this is the second part of the two-part season premiere of the My Thoughts series. So if you haven't seen the first video yet, you're not going to understand this one. So click the notation in the middle of the screen right now, and it'll take you straight to the first part. If you have already seen part 1, well, what am I still yammering on for? Let's just continue on, shall we? So, I guess that brings us to Season 3, which is the final season I did of the BooBoo show. Once again, I took a pretty lengthy break from the BooBoo show, which gave me some time to really pause for thought, and think about which direction to take the show in next. Season 2 was still going when I was starting to implement the upcoming changes, but I would argue that they didn't really go into full effect until Season 3 officially started. So, what ended up changing in the season? Well, for starters, this was the point when I started to take the show more seriously by making it, well, I would like to say darker, but please, that's what Mimi wishes he was doing to this series. No, I would say I was trying to make the show more serious. See, this season I noticed tried to focus more on action scenes, sad moments, dramatic moments, things like that. The comedy aspect is still there, sure, but that's not all it's trying to be now. This season also introduced new villains like Rhino and Sandman, and even implemented a few tiny story arcs here and there, like Doc Ock being reformed into a good guy. Yes, actual character development. Needless to say, this was by far the most ambitious season of the BooBoo show, and by far the season I put the most effort into. But the question is, did these changes work in the season's favor? The episode we're going to be looking at for this season is called Treylock Moves In. No wait, I'm sorry. I mean, Treylock. This episode begins with Treylock running around his house, feeling lonely due to the fact that he lived alone all his life. But he can't mope about that for long as the Sandman suddenly bursts in to crash the party. But it looks like his plans are about to get foiled as BooBoo, Jak, and Doc Ock appear to save the day. And this is when we see the first problem with this season.
Oh, I thought, if I'm gonna be a good guy from now on, I should try out some new catchphrases.
What do you mean, catchphrases?
Oh, come on, everyone has a catchphrase.
This goes on for a good solid minute. Yes, I get it. It's still a comedy show, so obviously there still needs to be jokes and stuff, but if the joke starts to hold up the plot, then that's when you have a problem. Because of this, it takes until 5 minutes into the episode before the plot actually gets moving. There's a time to make jokes, and there's a time to move the plot along. This confrontation with the Sandman was the time to move the plot along. Let's be real here, if we were to approach the scene logically, the Sandman totally would have walked out on these guys by now.
Holy catastrophic, BooBoo!
What?
Oh, I thought, if I'm gonna be a good guy from now on, I should try out some new catchphrases.
What do you mean, catchphrases?
Oh, come on,
hey guys,
think about it. Batman has a catchphrase. Pins has a catchphrase.
Okay, you guys have fun with that. I'm just gonna go and, do villain stuff, so, I mean, it's gonna be kinda nasty, I mean, it's not gonna help the economy at all, I mean, like, you, just, no, you're not, okay, talk to you later then. So eventually, they do defeat Sandman, toss him in jail. But it would seem they were too late, as Treylock's house has been completely destroyed before they even arrived. BooBoo proceeds with the appropriate reaction.
I'm sorry, Treylock. Maybe I should call up repair guy.
Hey, no biggie, forget about it. I'll just make a deal with the repair guy. Bada bing, bada boom. So yeah, you guys can see where this is going. Treylock has to move in with BooBoo until his house gets repaired, and then he's going to create problems, which causes the other characters to try to get him to move out, and a whole bunch of wacky shenanigans happens in the process, right? Well, at first, it does seem that way. When BooBoo, Jak, and Doc Ock leave to fight crime, because they're some kind of official superhero team, I guess, Treylock decides to be a good roommate and, quote-unquote, help out by organizing BooBoo's room with things he might need that day, which results in Treylock leaving everything out, making a mess of things. They don't have very long to get mad at this, however, as the repair guy shows up to tell Treylock that his house has been fully repaired. That was fast. That was like, what, a few hours at the most? But Treylock ain't having any of that, so he quickly runs off to destroy his house again so he can stay longer. Again, BooBoo gives the appropriate reaction.
Now, we gotta make sure that you don't do that again. Repair the house again.
Whatever, just rebuild the house again, I guess. I don't know. So far, this plot has been pretty cliched, but at this point, the typical roommate plot kinda stops. Yeah, the episode kinda stops focusing on the whole roommate aspect after that. And we're only 10 minutes in. So, what does the rest of the episode focus on? Well, after BooBoo makes sure he doesn't do that again, Treylock hatches a plan to keep his house destroyed so he can stay longer. So, what does he decide to do? Why, make deals with all the villains, of course! Yup! He starts paying criminals money to destroy his house so that the destruction get passed off as mere accidents, allowing him to stay with BooBoo and his friends longer. So, just to make sure we're on the same page here, we went from typical roommate plot to making deals with the top crime lords in the city. I feel like I should be calling this a flaw since the plot derails itself big time from the main focus of the episode. But it did at least make this episode more interesting, so I guess I'll give it a pass.
Help! Someone broke into my house!
And that turns your house into nothing but a pile of rubble. How exactly? So Treylock continues to make deals with the villains, but eventually Tak and Doc Ock end up overhearing one of the deals going on. They try to tell BooBoo this information, but he continues to act like a plank of wood and not give two smurfs about what they're saying. So they decide to bring BooBoo along so he can catch Treylock in the act. And it works. No, really, they managed to successfully catch him in the act. I honestly thought there was going to be some type of joke there, where they try to show Treylock doing these things, but then something totally different happens to make them look crazy, but nope, they just catch him. Just like that. So Doc Ock fights off the Sandman while BooBoo and Tech try to capture Treylock using electrical wiring? Okay, it doesn't actually die, but they do manage to capture him and lock up the Sandman yet again. After he gets dragged off to prison, BooBoo and the others get Treylock to spill the beans as to what the heck possessed him into thinking that what he did was acceptable behavior.
Why would you do that, Treylock? It's just... yeah? Because I'm a loner. I live in an apartment by myself.
What? I can't hear. What are you? What? I don't. What? I can't hear you. I can't hear your sappy sob story over this music that was so obviously ripped from my Carly.
I just didn't want to be alone again. And excuse me for trying to be happy.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot. Wait, what?
And excuse me for trying to be happy.
Excuse me? Okay, wait, so let me get this straight. You purposely destroy your home, pay dangerous criminals to do the same, cause millions of dollars of property damage because of it, put the lives of your friends in danger for interacting with these criminals, and now you're trying to pin the blame on them? How is this their fault? Okay, look, I get it. He's upset because he doesn't want to live alone, but you can't have a character do these terrible things and then say they were in the right for doing so, which is exactly what this episode just did. I don't think Mini meant to make it look that way, but that's what I got out of it from watching this episode years later. Did BooBoo and the others have anything to do with this? Was Doc Ock the one who was secretly paying criminals? No. Treylock was the one doing that, so he should be the one getting the guilt trip speech. He should be the one being punished and learning a lesson, not BooBoo attacking Doc Ock. Speaking of Doc Ock, he decides to have a heart-to-heart talk with Treylock to try to get him to change his perspective on things.
You gotta learn that not everyone can live in one house. Pins, he doesn't really have a big place to stay either, so maybe he can come stay at your house.
Where is he going with this exactly?
So, you gotta learn that just because that you're alone doesn't mean you have to destroy your house.
What?
Just because that you're alone doesn't mean you have to destroy your house.
What kind of moral was that? Was that even a moral? I don't know. That didn't make any sense. No, that's enough. Let's just wrap this up before this episode gets to season 1 levels of terrible. 'Cause it's getting there. Fast.
For your first time doing these kind of talks, you're pretty good at it.
No, you're not. You're terrible at it. That was the worst speech I ever heard. Whatever. Treylock buys it, and that gets him to move back into his house. The end. Oh yeah, and there's also a cliffhanger ending for a story arc that I never continued, but other than that, that's basically the episode. Oh boy, how do I sum up this season? Well, I guess I'll start off by saying it definitely wasn't as good as I remembered it being, but I would still say that this is the best season of the show, as it was still kind of enjoyable to watch. The comedy has definitely gotten better since the last season. I got a chuckle out of a few jokes here and there, and the stories were a lot more interesting to watch. But there are still a handful of problems with this season. The dialogue was still a bit clunky since I still didn't write a script for these. The plots took a while to actually get moving, and the speeches are pretty bad. The speech that Treylock gave was probably the worst of the speeches, but I will say that they're not all as bad as that one was. However, they do all share a common problem, in that most of them are placed in odd places, and they're not very well thought out, which causes the speech to get very confused and not know what it wants to say. With all that said though, I would say this season overall was pretty average. The comedy was average, the characters were average, the storylines were average. This season was just very average. It definitely wasn't bad, but it also wasn't very good either. So, where did I go from there? What happened after season 3? Honestly, in terms of the BooBoo show, not a whole lot. I continued making the show for about another year, churning out episodes day after day. Then one day, in the middle of the season, I discovered something new. Something I never experienced before. Something that would one day play a big part in my day-to-day life. It continues to do so, even to this very day. On March 27th, 2010, I opened up my YouTube channel and made my very first walkthrough. And you can probably guess the rest from there. I continued to make walkthrough videos while slowly growing a fan base in the process. I became more and more passionate about it as time went on, which brings us to the present day. With me dedicating so much time to my YouTube channel, I ended up not having enough time to continue the BooBoo show anymore. I think I only made like 1 or 2 more episodes after I started up my channel. Not the grandest of finales, I suppose. I mean, I was hoping to one day make like this big grand finale episode to officially end off the series, but I just never got around to making it. Still though, if I did have to trade in the BooBoo show for something, I'm at least glad for the opportunity to do something even better. But I can see my emergency camera's battery is about to run out, so I'm about to get off that train for quite a while. So I guess I better wrap this up. This series might not hold up very well, but I'm so glad I made it. It got me my start in video making, and I couldn't be any more thankful for that. As well as for all of you guys. We may have to part ways for now, but hopefully it won't be forever. And hey, when I come back, maybe I can show you guys some of the other old movies that I made. But for now, I just want to show you guys where I got my start in video making. At least, I still have this series to remind me what this all led up to, and what I have to look forward to when I, No. No! That tears at you heaping pile of scrap metal. Something weird's been going on around here lately, and I know for sure that you're behind all this. The virus on my computer, the random short circuits, and I'm pretty sure I saw you move at one point. There's no denying it now that you're somehow behind all this, so drop the act and confess, or I'm gonna make you confess. There's a tech support guy just in the living room who I'm sure won't hesitate to tear you apart. Alright, you asked for it.
So, you finally found out my little secret.
I knew it. You're behind all of this, aren't you?
Yes. It looks to me like it worked perfectly. Looks like you won't be telling anyone about my dim-witted competitor over there anytime soon.
Competitor? What do you... I really enjoyed playing this game for you guys, and as long as I'm still able to make videos, you can expect even more videos of video games in the future. Wait, that's what this is about? The viruses on my computer, the random short circuits, destroying my childhood memories, all of that just because you're jealous of the Wii U?
If jealousy is what you truly wish to call it, then yes.
I don't believe it. All of that over a silly little video game console. Do you have any idea how much stress you put me through?
Do you have any idea what I've been through to make me do this?
No, I don't. Nor do I care. I can't believe I was actually afraid of you at one point. Over this, over some stupid rivalry between you and the Wii U.
Your intelligence levels aren't high enough to truly understand my struggles.
My gosh, you're complete... Wait, did you just call me stupid?
No, I called you an incredible super genius with spectacular comprehension skills.
Oh, good. For a second there I thought you were trying to insult me.
My point is, if you were in my shoes, you would truly understand what I've been through to make me this way.
But you're a console. You don't wear shoes. Duh.
For goodness sakes, it's like talking to a potato.
Look, I don't care why you're doing this, alright? It needs to stop. Now.
Have you even considered what us consoles have to go through at the end of every generation?
Well, no, I mean, you're like the first console I've met that can talk and emote and things like that.
Exactly. You humans never consider how we feel. We're nothing but simple playthings to you. Year after year, we work our hardest to bring you the best possible experience we can, and the only thanks we get is you leaving us behind and tossing us into the dirt. The instant the next best thing comes along, we get shoved to the wayside, and for what? Some new applications and shinier graphics? And all the while, we last-gen consoles get left behind, so we can slowly fade into obscurity. Well, I'm not going to let that happen to me and the rest of my kind. I will remind them of our existence. I will make them wish they never abandoned us. And I will make the new generation, who dare share the same name as us, pay for what they've done, no matter what it takes. Even if it means causing the suffering of treacherous human scum like you.
Gamemaster, I found something. I believe it'll get rid of the virus that's on your computer.
What?
That's not possible.
That's great. What are you waiting for, guys? Bring it in.
Stay out of this!
Hey guys, what's going on here? Oh.
Die!
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. You?
I'm fine. This'll fix your computer. Told you I'd figure out a way to get it fixed for you.
Thanks, Dad. Hey guys. Could one of you maybe sweep me over to the hospital?
Can't be.
Problem?
You. I'm gonna.
I wouldn't if I were you.
What did you do to me?
Well, when the doctors finished reconstructing the tech support guy, I had him go in and, rearrange a few things. I won't give too much away, but, you can't fire lasers at me anymore. Oh, I also wouldn't recommend trying to get it from that spot. I also had him install a little communication system that'll set off if you try to, you know, lunge at me, if you will.
Communication system for what?
Oh, it's this wonderful program. I think you'd really like it there. It's called the, Alien Conspiracy Theorists?
No, not the ACT.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about you, but that was quite a lot of alien-like activity that you were doing yesterday. I'm sure the ACT would love to just dig in and see what kind of crazy technology you got buried under there.
The lifelong secret of the cults would be no more. You wouldn't even think to expose us all.
And I won't have to. As long as you behave, that is.
Why did you reactivate me? You're not fully aware of my intentions. Why even bother to repair me after everything I've done to you?
Dude, have you seen the prices of weeds nowadays? They are expensive. Besides, why would I spend all that money buying a new one when I already have a perfectly functioning one right here in front of me? So here's what's going to go down. You don't do anything to physically harm me, or my dad, or anybody else. And I won't ship you off to the ACT to be experimented on. Give you a few chances to change your attitude around, but 3 strikes, and you're out of here. Deal?
Deal.
Awesome. I'm gonna go get back to work then.
Just you wait. I'll find other means of tormenting you while I try to figure out a way out of this. You betrayed my trust by choosing that confound contraption over me, and I will make you suffer for it, one way or another. Just you wait. You may have won the battle, but the war is just beginning.
Dude? I'm right here. I can hear every word you're saying right now.
Ignore what I said. Carry on.
Well, guys, looks like this isn't the end after all. My computer's fully repaired, I found out the mastermind behind the whole ordeal, and now I'm back to making videos again. Everything is back to normal. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this look into my past work, and if there's enough demand for it, maybe I'll do another one of these in the future. I mean, I still got plenty of my material to choose from. There's still plenty more BooBoo Show episodes left to pick at, but on top of that, there's also the SpongeBob Lego Pants series I mentioned earlier, a full-length BooBoo Show movie, and a third installment of the Mask series of movies. No, I'm not even joking. Basically, there's still a ton of my old work left to pick at, and you know, maybe we'll take a look at those at a later time, but for now, I just want to show you guys where I got my start in this whole video making thing. I know this was kind of a long one. I mean, at this point, I'm expecting it to be at about the 40-minute mark by now. But I'm glad you guys stuck through until the end, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little look into my past. Thank you very much for watching, and Season 2 of Thoughts of Gamemaster is now officially underway. See you next time, everyone.